Hey everyone, this is part two. Um, I wanted to talk about the whole beauty thing and my experiences as someone who, through quite a bit of my life, has been made to feel unattractive. Don't get me wrong, I've been called pretty and cute and nice things, but I've also been made to feel like I'm unattractive. Many years ago, I went to Job Corps, and I remember so many people there tried to make me feel like I was ugly. And I mean, it kept happening. I love The Golden Girls so much. It's one of my absolute favorite shows. And there's a rumor that the reason why B. Arthur's, why she decided to leave the show was because all of the jokes at her expense, pretending that she was so unattractive and she was a nice looking woman, but pretending that she was so unattractive wore on her self-esteem. I mean, actresses in general are said to be insecure because of the fact that their whole careers are, or not their whole careers, but quite a bit of their career is based off of whether we want to look at them or not, and whether, more importantly, the Hollywood executives even want to look at them, because there are people that are not allowed to make it just because Hollywood executives don't think that they're worthy. Meanwhile, we, the public, would probably think that they were fine. So we don't even get the chance to choose because they're already weeded out before we see them anyway. That's neither here nor there. The point is, the rumor is that B. Arthur left because she was made to feel unattractive, or she was tired of being the butt of the joke when it came to being unattractive. Either way it goes, I can relate to that, and I was going to tell a Job Corps story many years ago. I went to Job Corps when I was 19 years old, a long time ago. And I remember there were multiple instances where people just tried to make me feel like I was ugly. One time it was this, what we used to call a wigger white guy. Think Eminem eating mom's spaghetti. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, he used to call him, I can't believe I'm going to say his nickname. It was Bubba. Okay. But I'm not saying what year I was there. I'm just saying a guy who called himself Bubba, and he was a white guy who acted like he was urban or something. Anyway, about him is that he had made a joke at my expense, right after we'd seen Scary Movie 2. I'll just put it like that. There was a scene where the ghost gets screwed with a bag on its head. Well, right after that, he had made a joke about I could just put a bag over your head. Hey, hey, hey. I was better looking than him. He was not as rotund as I was, but I was better looking than him, but yeah, okay. Another time, this one girl was she was making a joke, or making a comment about somebody being unattractive, and then she looked at me and she's like, "I'm sorry." Like, she was, and I was like, I cannot believe she would say that. And I don't know if she was intentionally being a bitch. I mean, I hope so, because I don't think I'm ugly, just to be clear here, but I was treated that way. One of the reasons why I was treated that way was because of my glasses. Because people used to sometimes tell me, "Wow, you look like a different person without your glasses on," but in a flattering way. And also, I didn't have any sense of style. I didn't, invest in myself or anything like that. I was obsessed with beauty products, but you would never know it by looking at me, that I was all obsessed with beauty products, because the main beauty product I would say I was obsessed with was what do you call it? Perfume, and also skincare, which in and of itself, if I that, it doesn't compare to good makeup and hair and cute clothes, and you know what I mean? I don't know. So I'm saying all this to say that that's just two situations where I was made to feel unattractive. It just, I don't know. It was multiple situations like that though. And it fucking sucked. It really hurt my confidence when I was in school. Before that, I was made to feel like I was so disgustingly fat and horrible and ugly and just, so all of that stuff really tore me down. And when I got older, somewhere in my mid-ish 20s, I started to get into makeup a little bit more, I think. And also, I started to dress more feminine and all that kind of stuff. And I started to feel better about myself, which is good. Then, when in my very early 30s, I went on my weight loss journey. And that really helped my self-esteem because I discovered I was pretty, in fact, and I kind of want to talk about that stuff. Okay, I'm just not given enough time to go into the full background on TikTok, where I like to record my videos here because I get to use a filter and look even cuter as I'm talking about beauty and beauty privilege and all that kind of stuff. But I'll just say this. And I guess I'll do a third video, I suppose. I don't know. I think I'll have to. I mentioned in the previous video about me getting checked out at a Little Caesars one time by a guy, which made me feel good, When I was losing weight, I remember I was in the 240s. And mind you, at my highest, I was 350. And that's the smallest I'd been as an adult woman, was in the 240s. And this guy who was with his woman and probably his children, I can't remember because this happened a decade ago. Oh, actually, almost a decade ago. It happened in 2015 because that's when I presumably late 2014 to early 2015. He was checking me out. And the way he was checking me out was like I was, you would think that I was Pamela Anderson Lee from the 90s or something. Like, he was looking at me like I was just the hottest thing in Costco, because that's where I was at the time, in a Costco. And I was just in shock. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I was flattered in one sense, but I was in shock because this man was with a woman. And I believe his family, if I remember correctly, but I definitely remember the woman, and she didn't, I don't know if she even realized what he had done or whatever, but he was looking at me like, hey baby, the smile and all that, ooh, I like what I see kind of thing. And I was in the 240s at the time. And as I dropped more and more, I noticed changes in men and how they interacted with me. I have a story about this one guy that worked at Trader Joe's. He was an older guy. And he was always overly friendly, if you will, but as I lost weight, he got more so, to the point where he actually felt me up in the store, and it scared me from going to the store for the longest time, and I wasn't prepared for that. I do think that obesity can be an armor for a lot of us, and we don't even realize sometimes that it's an armor, or we think we want to get rid of it until we get rid of it, and then we see how different people interact with us, and we're uncomfortable with it. So I definitely want to get more in depth about this. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I hate to break this into more than 2 parts, but I guess I have to. So please stay tuned. Thanks. Take care. Bye.